right? So I will turn off your Wi-Fi also because sometimes the internet here is not good. Okay. So if you want to speak, you unmute, okay? Otherwise, keep mute, all right? Now, on this topic, nutriment and elements. So later is talking about 4 great elements. So we just go for nutriment first. So before we on this topic, so let us do the kind of like look back of what we have learned so far. So in this class, we already go through the 40 types of samatha. I think we go through some of them already. Kasina, we finished already, which lead to 4 material jhana or 5th material jhana. Asubha, we already show you some video, and most of you don't like it because have to see the stage of corpse. And this one only can get first jhana because you need vitaka and vichara. Buddha Nusati, contemplate on the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Sila is your morality. Chaga is a donation. Deva is on Deva, on the good qualities of Deva, or why you have the qualities same like Deva. Sati is a contribution on that. Upama Sama is peace, all right? So this one, because it need lots of thoughts, so you only can get access. Access concentration means that before entering to jhana. Right, so the Kayanupasati, we are talking about 32 body parts, which we cannot see, but I show you all the video. So you all can get, if you practice, can get only first jhana because you still need the vitaka. Vitaka means initial application, all right, this one. Sometimes I just use the Pali word because they are different type of English translation. And Anapanasati, which somebody practice can go for the highest material, 4 and 5th. And then I think most people like to practice this one. And then the Brahma Vihara, 4 sublime state, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, which can give you the 1st to 3rd jhana or 4th jhana. Father Ong, you have to, Father Ong, you can stop your drawing there, okay? All right. So, okay. Now, Arupa. Arupa can go for the 4th material jhana. Now, we are going to study this one, okay? So this one, I think you all can practice. So I highlight those I think that you all can practice at home. So the Brahma Vihara, you can practice at home. Anapanasati, you also can practice at home. And this one, we will discuss next week. We also can practice at home. Okay. This one, you can practice at home also. The Anusati. Kasina, if you want, you also can practice at home, right? Most of them you can practice at home, except the Asubha, 10 stages of corpse, you cannot practice unless you have somebody die, then you can see. 32 body parts, most of the time we also can practice, but I think most people don't like to contemplate on the 32 body parts. But you can contemplate some like head, hair, body hair, and so on. Okay. Right. So we just focus more. And we need to contemplate the, yeah. Okay. Let me clear the drawing. I think Brother Ong, you need to clear your drawing, because I cannot clear your drawing. Yeah. Okay. Where is this one? Okay. Right. Now, we need to compare between the samatha and vipassana practice because it is good to understand what's the difference and what's the similarity. Samatha practice is the 40 I just mentioned roughly, and you can compare with the vipassana, right? Kasina is only in samatha, which you don't find in the vipassana. Asubha, 10 stages, you can find in the Kayanobasana on the body, on these 9 stages of corpse. Anusati is definitely is a samatha practice. You cannot find in vipassana. Kayagata sati, mindfulness on the body, the 32 body parts. It seems like you can see the body parts, which is made of earth and water element. Anapanasati, breathing, you can find both way. All right. So the piece here is actually Anusati. You can find only in the Samatha. Brahma Vihara, these three, metta, karuna, mudita, loving kindness, compassion, joy, you cannot find in a vipassana, but upekkha you can consider as the bojjhanga, seven factors enlightenment. Now, today we will talk about this ahare patipurasanya, losana of the nutriment. This arupa is a very deep high jhana, so only in samatha. And next week we will go for these four great elements, which is also good because we can find it in the vipassana. Okay, so when you see like this, all right. So before I go for the about the food thing, so maybe somebody want to give some comment when you see this. What do you think, or do you think what do you like to practice? Okay, we can go for a few questions like, what is the meditation practice easiest? Which one is tough? Which one you like, right? Okay, so based on this one, all right. So anybody want to go ahead, say something? You can unmute now. Okay. All right. How about any volunteer? I don't want to call name. I let you all. I let you all volunteer for yourself. When you see these two, samatha and vipassana, what do you think? Okay. Call the name. Marinda. Yes, Marinda.
Sayaji, for me, I think it's samatha easier because it's still
Okay.
not very good in vipassana. I only know
Okay.
that when I check the vipassana, I know that my mind and body, when I'm very calm, both mind and body also very calm and peaceful. Only that,
Okay.
but certain
Only
things
this one.
I still cannot see through
Okay.
vipassana. Thank
So
you
for
so
the
much.
samatha practice, which one do you prefer out of these 40 types?
I prefer the Brahma Vihara first, then I go
Okay.
to Anapanasati. Will be
Okay.
more, I feel more concentration when I start with metta first.
Okay, you start with metta and karuna and mudita.
Yeah,
Brahma
yeah.
vihara and anapanasati is the breathing meditation. So these two only.
Yes,
Okay.
these two only. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Okay, thank you. All right. So next person. So anybody want to say? You know I call your name.
Sayaji, maybe I
Yes.
can do some sharing.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm quite new in this, so for the samatha, actually I only know about anapanasati, and I've gone through the Brahma Vihara, so I would say the breathing one is more suitable for me, as the Brahma Vihara is a bit abstract that I have to keep reciting something or telling myself, like reading some sentences. So the easiest one for me will be still the breathing one, which is the
Breathing.
anapanasati lah.
Okay.
But then the kasina and all this I haven't read, so I don't really have a deep understanding on what is that lah. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's my comments. Yeah.
All right. So you focus more on the anapanasati. Okay.
Yes.
So I think most people anapanasati or the Brahma Vihara. All right. So how about others? I think Pueliu, you like to do the Buddhanusati, right? Pueliu? Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Buddhanusati. I think the kasina is very tough. Cannot visualize.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. So you do the Buddhanusati and what else?
Anapanasati.
Anapanasati.
And
Okay.
the metta.
Metta. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about for Vipassana? Do you try?
Yeah, I do the Maranasati, but I don't know why it's in Samatha only. I thought like you focus on death, and then you see the impermanence, the aging,
Yeah.
death.
Right. When you see the impermanence on the breath, is you are more on the Vipassana. Okay. Here, anapanasati, you can take it as samatha, but when you take it as samatha means you just focus on the breath. You don't try to see impermanent suffering non-self. But when you are doing the kaya nupasana, you have to try to see the changes, the impermanence, the suffering, the transient nature. All right. And main thing, try to see even mind and matter. That's the main thing. The breathing is one thing. The knowing is another thing. Okay. All right. So now when you see this one, okay, now we will go for, I think if nobody want to comment, so we just go for this
I
one.
got one
Aha.
question. I got one question.
Yes.
Hello? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
Brother Lim. Yes,
Yeah,
Brother
I
Lim.
just
Hot
want to
sing.
know, this our Thai community, they usually practice repeating the words Buddho. Where
Buddho,
does
yes.
where does
This
it come
one.
into?
This
Oh,
one.
Buddha Nukati.
Okay, when they do the Buddho together with the breathing, right? I heard they do Buddho with the breathing in, breathing out with the Buddho, 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 right or not?
I try on the Buddho, but
Okay.
it comes naturally with the breathing. You
Okay.
breathe in good, you let go.
Yeah.
Hold.
All right. So when you do the breathing, you recite the Buddho. So you are actually can say combine. Buddho is to remember the Buddha. When you focus on the breathing, is anapanasati. So when you recite Buddho, 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 your mind will not wander. All right. So that's the thing. Because if it's just not the breathing, your mind might wander. So that's why they combine with the Buddho, 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 like breathing in one Bud and then breathing out do, Buddho,
Exactly.
Buddho.
You are right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. Of course, when you know the breathing, then sooner or later your mind quiet down. Then you can see more the difference, like different feeling, different mind, then the hindrances. Slowly, when your mind calm down, then easier to see this part of meditation, the vipassana point. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Thanks.
yes.
Yes, Saiji. In the Anapanasati, we start off with the breathing. Whether or not we want to watch the rising and falling or the breathing at the nostril, it's immaterial, isn't it?
The place is immaterial. So
Okay.
I think
So-
remember last week I told you, you
Yeah.
can choose the breathing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when we talk about breathing, all right, breathing meditation, what is breathing? Okay. You can ask yourself what. Actually, breathing meditation means they're not the A, all right? The A or the motion of the A coming in and going out. Okay. So when we say you're not at the nostril or at the abdomen, this is called the place only. Okay. It's the place only. But the actual thing you should aware is the actual, we call it the ultimate Dhamma. There's the wind element, A motion coming in, going out. That's the one we want. All these are just a place where, okay, some people not the nostril, some people not at the abdomen, some people follow the wind inside the whole body. We can say inside the whole chest. They know the wind going to the chest and then going to the nostril and so on. All these are just a place. Are
Okay,
you
the
sure?
place to
Are you
enter,
clear about this?
yes,
Now
the
you're
place
clear,
to,
right?
the
It's
place
a
to
place
enter
only.
the mind.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a place only. But the
Okay.
main thing is you should not, we call it the ultimate ultimate Dhamma, right? Ultimate Dhamma is wind. Okay, now we talk about wind. Now, when we say wind, what is wind? Wind is how you know there's a wind, the motion, all right?
Movement.
And supporting, okay? Motion or movement or supporting. Now, for example, you see the okay, all right. Okay, now okay, I stopped the video for a while. Okay, now when you see the wind, how do you know? When you see the tree moving, how do you know the tree is moving? The tree cannot move, the leaf cannot move unless something moves them. So when we see the tree moving, you're actually seeing the movement of the wind. So when you breathe in, breathe out, all these are just a brain, nostril or abdomen. But what actually you try, when you close your eyes, you cannot see the place, but you feel is the air. The motion, the movement of the air coming, going out, coming, going out is touch here. So that's why for samatha practice, if you focus on here, it's good because it's a small area and is the touching point is clear, but you cannot switch on the fan. That's the thing. That's why in most of samatha meditation center, there are no big fan or whatever. Do you notice that? Because it will disturb you trying to not this area, because this area is very little, very small, and the touching is actually very soft and gentle. That's why they would like to sit under the tree or where it's more natural rather than sit facing the fan. So if you have the fan blowing to your face, you might difficult to note this place. Okay. Okay, so we will go back to the sharing. Yes.
This is Shinling. Can I just share and maybe ask a question also?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I first started learning meditation through Vipassana by Goenka Ji.
Okay.
And so for me, right, basically, I find Vipassana, I can do it better observing the sensation in
Yeah.
the body.
Right.
But
Yes.
when it comes to every time when I come to Anapanasati, whether it's in Goenka retreat or other retreats, right, I always find
Okay.
myself burping. So
Oh, wind element. Yeah. Okay.
burping, maybe some difficulty in breathing. So I listened
Yeah.
to your lecture for the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
You mentioned that it could be
Mhm.
body natural, maybe controlling
Yeah,
the
you're
breath.
controlling in a way. All right. Because if normally you don't meditate, you don't feel the
Yeah.
breathing. You don't feel difficulty in breathing, but suddenly ask you to not the breathing, you feel that you very constrained. Yeah. Because I would say that the mind like to control something, but it also in a way it show your nature. Your nature is that subconsciously you like to control things, or when things are not under your control, you will get panic. So you have to not. Do you have this kind of mentality? Can you follow me?
Yeah, I can follow, understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So for Goenka, they stress more on this one. Okay. Vedana. Okay. Some they say Mahasi start with the Kaya Nupasana. All right. But actually, Mahasi start with Kaya Nupasana on the this is same like abdomen rising falling. Okay, rising and falling. Right? Some they say Mahasi start with this one, but Mahasi also do this one. Later when you sit down, after a while, there will be Vedana. Okay. There will be painful feeling, good feeling, and so on. Then after that, you will go wandering mind, restless mind, and then anger mind, and so on. So you nod it. So after that, normally you find there are very kind of hindrances like sleepy mind, lazy mind, and so on. So you will see all this. And then try later you go back to aggregate spaces and then bojanga and truth. All right. So this on Dhammanupassana. Okay. Now, since we were on this topic, since I think if no discussion, we go for the ahare particular sanya. Okay. Now, so this one is for you all to ask yourself. Okay. Now, it's important for us to know the. Okay. Today is a 1-3. So let me change the date. Now, every time when you see a Theravada text, Pali text, so it's good to know ahara. Okay, ahara is food. Sometimes we use the word nutriment. Particular, loathsome, disagreeable, objectionable. Sanya is perception. Okay. Now, we are not talking, we are seeing the food. We are not just trying to eat not good food. We are just trying to have this perception. Okay. So should be have this one, the title. This should be a perception, right? Perception on the loathsomeness or disagreeable nature of the nutriment. Okay. So I actually copy from here. So you can read the text here, chapter. This is chapter 11. 10 or 11? 11. Okay. Now, the aharati brings on. So there's a Pali definition here. There's a, because it brings on, so it called nutriment ahara. So here, according this is some Abhidhamma point. There's some physical nutriment, contact, mental volition, and consciousness. All these are Abhidhamma points. So we skip it. Okay, and this also Abhidhamma point. So if you don't have basic Abhidhamma, you will get confused like this. Okay, so we start with the number 3 or 4. Okay. So I will copy the whatever I think is important. So I go for paragraph 5. Now, you should, if you want to develop this meditation, you should learn the meditation subject. When the translation subject means object here also. Object is same, subject or object. And then make sure you have no doubts, uncertainty. Then you go for solitary retreat, and then you review repulsiveness in 10 aspects. All right, 10 ways. What is eaten, drunk, chewed, tasted, as that's how we should see going, seeking, using. All right, so I already like the point here. So going for the food, seeking for it, using it, and then the secretion, and then the number 5. This should be number 5. Yeah. Okay. For secretion, reception. Okay. 5. This should be same. Okay. Anyway, confused later. Okay. All right. Then what is uncooked? What is cooked? Fruit, outflow, and smearing. So yeah. Okay. Now, I think instead I read, so maybe I invite somebody to read. Okay. Okay, we start to read from this one because I think it's easy to read. Okay, I will ask Doris to read because I think Doris Chi is a teacher. She has a good voice. Doris Chi, can you read from this paragraph number 6? Yeah, this one.
Okay. Good evening.
Okay, yeah.
Good afternoon,
Yes.
Sayagyi.
Yes, okay.
Herein, as to going, even when a man has gone forth in so mighty a dispensation, still after he has perhaps spent all night reciting the enlightened one's word or doing the ascetic's work, after he has risen early to do the duties connected with the shrine terrace and the enlightenment tree terrace, to set out the water for drinking and washing, to sweep the grounds, and to see to the needs of the body, after he has sat down on his seat and given attention to his meditation subject 20 or 30 times, and got up again, and then he must take his bowl and outer robe. He must leave behind the ascetic's woods that are not crowded with people, offer the bliss of seclusion, possess shade and water, and are clean, cool, delightful places. He must disregard the noble one's delight in seclusion, and he must set out for the village in order to get nutriment as a jackal for the charnel ground.
Okay, so this is going here. So from here, maybe can you sum up in your own way? Because what I want to do is just, for example, I'm going to sum up like this, just a 1 line or 2 line. So we have the kind of like summary. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
means he's getting ready to go out for alms round. So before he
Okay.
does that, he has got to prepare himself, like doing the duties that he's supposed to do, like cleaning up the place, and then getting ready for the drinking water and the washing, and then to sweep the place clean, and then make sure that he is clean physically, and then he will sit down and he will do his meditation for 20 or 30 times. Then he get up.
Summary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After,
Okay. Yeah, just a short summary of what is as going. What's the meaning of as going here? Yeah.
As going.
Yeah.
That means his preparation to go for his
yes.
arms. Yeah, his arms
Okay.
rounds.
All right.
So after
Preparation, everything, yes.
preparation, everything,
Mm-hmm.
then he will leave the place and he'll find he'll go to the village to get food.
Okay. So main thing is preparation
Like,
and then the cleaning and
cleaning himself
and
up, do his
keeping
meditation.
himself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
his meditation first. And then
Okay.
he is like a jackal. He's like the fox who is staying at the charnel ground searching for food. He's comparing himself like the animals.
Okay. All right. That's the next one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, as going means that preparing to go,
Preparing.
and then And then cleaning
yeah.
his place and his
Yeah.
body, right?
Yeah.
And his body. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
And his
what
body.
else?
And then
There's-
does meditation. Sitting for 20 to 30 minutes of, is it 30
Okay,
times?
sit. Yeah, he
Sit.
also need to sit meditation. Okay.
Yeah.
Short meditation. Okay.
Short meditation.
Short meditation. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Meditation.
And then also one thing here is he say, why is it Jacker? He must
He must
leave
take
behind. What do you think by this
aesthetic
meaning?
books that are not
They are,
crowded
they are
with
not crowded.
people. Aesthetics
Okay.
books. That means
What's the meaning by he
he
must leave? Yeah.
that means he mustn't go to the crowded area. Leave behind the crowded people, offer the bliss of seclusion. That means he doesn't, he needs to go away from these crowded areas, mean like the marketplace or something.
Yeah, so means that he have to leave the pleasant place, right?
Yeah.
Pleasant place to go to crowded place. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's the meaning, because he stay in a very quiet place. Now he must leave the very nice place, very quiet, and just prepare, even to go to get food, because he's an ascetic or monk, so he had to prepare himself, dress nicely, and all this take preparation, take time,
Yes.
Yeah. It's not that you cook yourself, but of course they are talking about those who are in like meditation center or monks or nun. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, now point 2. Okay.
Yes.
Because all these are very easy to read. So,
thank you,
okay.
Sayaji.
Thank you. Okay, somebody read. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Simin, you want to try your English? Simin, you want to read? This one, number 7.
Okay, I can read that, but my English is not good.
Okay, Nema, try. Yeah.
As he goes thus from the time when he steps down from his bed or chair, he has to read on a carpet covered with the dust of his feet, shackles, droppings, and so on. Next, he has to see the doorstep, which is more repulsive than the inside of the room, since it is often folded with the droppings of rats, bats, and so on. Next, the lower terrace, which is more repulsive than the terrace above, since it is all smeared with the droppings of all higgins, and so on. Next, the ground, which are more repulsive than the lower floor, since they are defilled by old grass and leaves blown about by the wind, by sick novices, urine, excrement, spittle, and snot, and in the rainy season by water, mud, and so on. And he has to see the road to the monastery, which is more repulsive than the ground.
Okay. All right. So do you understand from this one? What do you understand from this paragraph, number 7?
I feel like it's the surrounding condition.
Condition on the environment, right?
Yes.
Okay. So means that from the, what you're trying to say on this paragraph 7, okay, this paragraph 7 is trying to say that he have to step on the dirty place, dirty place, dirty ground, because his place is so nice and clean, right? Pleasant place. Now he must go, in order to go for the food, he must go to village. And then, like ascetic at that time, they don't have wearing the shoes. So with the physical feet, they step on the droppings, animals, things, and so on.
But I have a feeling it's like he very clear about all these.
Yeah, he's very clear.
As like us, maybe we just step out.
Yeah, because you don't have.
Yes.
If you go to village, if you go to kampung place, there always be cow dungs, everything. So all these are very natural for the aesthetic, Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Okay. This is a number 8. I think number 8. So maybe. Okay. Okay. Number 8. All right. So from the number 8 also same means that he pay homage enlightenment 3 Then after that, instead of looking at the shine, which is so beautiful, so lovely, now he must turn back and he must go for the set of food. Also same thing, right? So it's actually paragraph 8 also same. It's talking about, okay, leave the pleasant place to go to dirty place. Because normally the monastery, the Bodhi tree, all these are very good place. So you must go to dirty place. Okay. Now number 9 and 9 also. Okay. Now number 9, somebody want to read and make some remarks on this. Okay. Linda, can you be able to read this book, Linda?
Sayaji, I'm unable to read because my eye is very tired today.
Okay, all right. Okay. Then Doris, another Doris, not the Doris Chi, Doris Ko, yeah.
Okay, I just read.
Yeah.
Next, after he has put on his waistcoat cloth as one who hides an abscess, and tied his waistband as one who ties a bandage on a wound, and robed himself in his upper robes as one who hides a skeleton, and taken out his bowl as one who takes out a pen for medicine. When he reaches the vicinity of the village gate, perhaps the site of an elephant carcass, a horse carcass, a buffalo carcass, a human carcass, a snake carcass, or the dog carcass awaits him, and not only that, but he has to suffer his nose to be assailed by the smell of them. Next, as he stands in the village gateway, he must scan the village street in order to avoid danger from savage elephants, horses, and so on.
Okay, continue. Number 10.
So this repulsive experience, beginning with a carpet that has to be trodden on and ending with the various kinds of carcasses that has to be seen and smelt, has to be undergone for the sake of nutriment. Oh, nutriment is indeed a repulsive thing. This is how repulsive should be reviewed as to going.
Okay. Now, do you understand this statement? Nutriment is indeed a repulsive things. Do you understand this one?
Not so, not really.
Not really. Nutriment is normally very yummy, right? Okay. So number 9 is, what do you think number 9 is? Talking about going to a place with the side, you can see with the side, ugly side, and then the, what else? Bad smell.
Yeah, bad
okay.
smell.
So here he's trying to explain that he suffer from bad sight, ugly sight and ugly smell, right? Ugly sight like we already see the cow dung or whatever, like the animal carcass, and then the smell. So all this must be what he's trying to say. He had to endure all this experience from his very nice place and then go to dirty place, and then stepping his before that he has to prepare his body and mind, and then of course prepare the body. This also take time, and then leave the pleasant place, go to dirty place, step on a dirty place, and then suffer from the bad sight, ugly smell. So because of this, that's why it say as going, as going, looking for nutriment. So that's how he perceive it. Nutriment is indeed a repulsive things. Okay, right. Actually, quite change. Okay, in seeking, yes, okay.
Yeah.
In seeking, going, in going for the nutriment, for the food. Okay, this is a repulsive things. Okay, yes, somebody want to say something?
Yeah, no, just now you said nutriment is a repulsive thing. It is, nutriment may not be repulsive, but it is the process of getting it.
Yeah, this is the going. This is only talking about going.
Yeah, correct.
Because we still have other process, seeking, using, secretion. So now it's in going for the nutriment. So this part only. Nutriment and food is same thing because we are talking about the Pali Ahara. Right? Okay. Okay. Now you're all clear, right? Point number 1. Because we have to see all this in 10 ways. Okay. This is 10 ways. Going, seeking, using, and so on. So this is important. Okay, so means that you have to leave your pleasant place, step to the dirty place, and not getting the food yet. All right, we are in the process of going on it. Now, after point number 2, seeking, right? Because you are talking about this is not a normal meite, it's a hermit or a monk. So he need to seek for the food. Okay. This is also interesting to read because from here you also can get to know the life at that time. Okay, somebody can read this one. All right. So okay, Lily, yeah. Can you read? Yeah.
Yeah, I will read it. How as to seeking when he has endured the repulsiveness of going in this way, and has gone into the village, and is clothed in his cloak of patches, he has to wander in the village streets from house to house like a beggar with a dish in his hand. And in the raining season, wherever he treads, his feet sinks into water and mount up to the flesh of the clouds. He has to hold the bowl in one hand and his rope up with the other. In the hot season, he has to go about with his body covered with the dirt, grass, and dust blown about by the wind. On reaching such and such a house door, he has to see and even to tread in gutters and posts covered with blue bottles and sittings with all the species of worms, all mixed up with fish washings, meat washings, rice washings, spitters, knots, dogs, pigs, excrement, and what not, from which flies come out and settle on his outer cloth and of patches, and on his bowl, and on his head.
You can continue to read number 12. Yeah.
Right. And when he enters a house, some give and some do not. And when they give, some give yesterday's cooked rice and stale cakes and rancid jelly, sauce, and so on. Some not giving say, please pass on, venerable sir. Other keep silent as if they did not see him. Some avert their faces. Other treat him with harsh words such as "Go away, you bald head," when he has wandered for alms in the village in this way like a beggar, he has to depart from it.
Okay, 13. Yeah.
So this experience beginning with the entry into the village and ending with the departure from it, which is repulsive owing to the water, mud, etc., that has to be trodden in and seen and endure, has to be undergone for the sake of nutriment. Oh, nutriment is indeed a repulsive thing. This is how repulsiveness should be reviewed as to seeking.
Okay, from these two paragraphs, do you understand how do you see the seeking nutriment as repulsive? Can you just sum up in few maybe 1 or 2 sentences?
Right, I think it's just challenges that he has to go through in order to get the nutriment. Yeah, and the conditions are not so good. So
yeah,
it's,
here to
yeah,
seek the food. In which manner? In which manner?
manner?
Like who? Like who what kind of people?
Like a beggar, like to
Yeah, like a
ask from
beggar,
people.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. He cannot even ask people. He had to go.
All right. Yeah.
Some have to, and then some give him good food, and some give him overnight food, right? Yeah. Okay. So okay, right. So it's like this is a seeking. Okay. So he looked for food with arms bowl. Okay, like beggar. Okay, and then some gave good food. Okay, good food, but some gave overnight. Okay, or old food lah. Okay, old food. All right. And he had to step on dirty place like all these seaweed and so on. Okay, this is now earlier on is a process of going. Now this is the process of seeking. Okay, seeking for food. This is point number 2. Okay, now point number 3 about using. So you can see the nutriment or looking for food is you have to see in the 10 ways. So first way going, second way is seeking. Now third way is using. Okay, using will be, it's good to read also because it's interesting to see the life at that time. Okay, somebody read. Mengsi, you can read. Yeah.
Yeah. How as to using. After he has sought the nutriment in this way and is sitting at ease in a comfortable place outside the village, then so long as he has not dipped his hand into it, he would be able to invite a respected bhikkhu or a decent person, if he saw one, to share it. But as soon as he has dipped his hand into it out of desire to eat, he would be ashamed to say, take some. And when he has dipped his hand in and is squeezing it up, the sweat trickling down from his 5 fingers wet any dry, crisp food there may be and makes it sodden. And when its good appearance has been spoiled by his squeezing it up, and it has been made into a ball and put into his mouth, then the lower teeth function as a mortar, the upper teeth as a pestle, and the tongue as a hand. It gets pounded there with the pestle of the teeth like a dog's dinner into a dog's trough. While he turns it over and over with his tongue, then the thin spittle of the tip of the tongue smears it, and the thick spittle between the middle of the tongue smears it, and the filth from the teeth in the parts where the toothstick cannot reach smears it. When thus mashed up and besmeared, this peculiar compound, now destitute of the original color and smell, is reduced to a condition as utterly nauseating as a dog's vomit in a dog's trough. Yet, notwithstanding that it is like this, it can still be swallowed because it is no longer in the range of the eye's focus. This is how repulsiveness should be reviewed as to using.
Okay.
I summarize.
Yeah, you summarize. And do you
Okay,
think
yeah.
you can use this one in your meditation? Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay. So which
Yes.
way can you use? How do you use?
Because you reflect, the first thing is to, what I see is the respect for another elder, that he offers the food before he
Okay.
partakes the food. Okay, I think
Okay.
that's important. And the
Okay.
second is the process in which, the slow process in which he handles the food and then devours the food, and mentally take note on what happens to the food, on the loathsomeness of the food as it goes before he swallows it.
Okay. So finally, inside the mouth, what will
Yeah.
happen to the food? The process will be in the mouth after you chew. What happened?
And then it will be like a dog's vomit.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I mean, of course, we swallow it and we cannot see. That's why we say, because it's no longer in the eye
The
focus.
range
So
of the eye.
if whatever we chew, and then you spit out and you have a look at it, I think we don't want to put inside the mouth again. So as long as the food inside touch inside the mouth, touched by our saliva, actually we cannot even invite any people to eat already, right? Yeah. As long as you don't even, if you are not like dip his hand, because the arms bowl, right? In the arms bowl, as long as you not put the hand in the arms bowl, it's considered quite clean. But if the arms bowl with the food and he put his hand inside, it's considered as not clean, because the hand is not clean. So he should not be able to invite people. And then if put inside the mouth, and after you chew with the upper teeth and lower teeth as the mortar and pestle, you get pounded. So finally it become a dog food. Dog's vomit. So this is called repulsiveness in terms of using. So using means that let's say how okay, Ming, try to summarize in 1 line, 2 line. How do you summarize it? Okay.
How would I summarize it?
Yeah.
Now we are number 12.
Use. Yeah. No. This point. Can you see the script? Point number 3.
Yes,
Using.
point number 3, using.
Okay.
I would summarize it as the awareness of the food.
Okay. Awareness
before eating of the food.
of the food before
being,
eating.
Before eating.
And okay.
And
what else?
and the process it goes through.
Okay. Process
in the mouth.
of the food. Okay. Okay. And finally the food become what?
the food becomes a loathsome mess.
Loathsome, okay. Loathsome like what? Loathsome
Like the
like
vomit
what?
of a dog.
Dog's vomit. Dog's vomit. Process of food in terms of like chewing. So actually, as a meditator, when you are practicing satipatthana, you cannot the chewing and then the swallowing process. Okay, yeah, all this you should not in your meditation time. And then before eating means that it's clean, but when you handle the food, okay, handle the food, and then with hand. Sometimes if you touch with your hand, people also don't want to eat the food because they say your hand got germs, right? Okay, so if you don't handle the food, you handle with spoon or whatever is better. But if you handle with physical hand, people also don't want. Okay, all right. Now, okay, now we have finished going, seeking, using it. When you use the food and then process of chewing, swallowing, which you can practice in the satipatthana. So when you practice the vipassana, you all should know all this process of chewing, swallowing, okay. Then how the food become more loathsome until if you really vomit out, it will become like dog's food also. Yeah. Okay, now next one. Okay, this paragraph 17. Okay, somebody please read. Okay. Who else? I think Xiu Hong. Can you try Xiu Hong? Xiu Hong? No. Okay. Okay, Xiu
When
Hong, you
should
can. Yes, yes, I
when
can.
should I start reading? Number 17, is it?
17, yes, 17.
For how as to secretion, Buddhas and Pacheka Buddhas and will turning monarchs have only one of the four secretions consisting of bile, phlegm, pus, and blood. But those with weak merits have all four. So when the food has arrived at the stage of being eaten and it enters inside, then in one whose secretion of bile is in excess, it becomes as utterly nauseating as if smeared with thick maduka oil. In one whose secretion of phlegm in excess, it is as if smeared with the juice of nagabala leaves. In one whose secretion of pus is in excess, it is as if smeared with rancid buttermilk. And in one whose secretion of blood is in excess, it is as utterly nauseating as if smeared with dye. This is how repulsiveness should be revealed as to secretion. Should I continue?
No. So
Okay.
do you understand what it is trying to say? Or this secretion? Yeah. Do you know what this bile, phlegm, pus, and blood? What it is in terms of medical? It's look like, yeah. What are all these things? Bile, phlegm, pus, blood.
Bile is produced by our pancreas.
Yeah, bile is help to digest the food. Phlegm maybe no. Pus is no. Blood maybe. Blood I think is later. Okay. But why do you think this process is trying to tell us?
Well, of course, this is all secreted by
Anybody
our body.
who is have some medical knowledge? Any doctor or nurse here? Okay. So this part I also not clear. But what I know is that it's talking about these things, these four, mixed with it's trying to say the nutriment mixed with all these things. Because when the food go to our intestine, then after that it will enter to the blood. Okay. Then when it mix, this means that the nutriment when it mix with all these things, it become more loathsome, not good. Okay.
Sayaji.
Yes.
What is the reason that the Buddha, Pachika Buddha, is only one of the 4 secretion?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's strange here. I think we only read in this part. Okay. I also not sure because I never read somewhere else on this one only. But it's just saying that they only got one. Yeah, which is actually strange. But you must know that this Visuddhimagga is a commentary work. Okay. So we don't find this, I don't think we can find elsewhere. Okay, only in this paragraph. So the answer I also don't know. But what we're trying to understand is that when the blood mixed with all these things and then nutriment, it become more, like you can see the process from the starting point, the food look very nice. After that, when we using it, it become very loathsome. And then when you mix with the bile, phlegm, blood, pus and blood, it become more and more and loathsome. Okay, and after that, what happened? Okay, so yeah, the answer just now is I don't know. Okay, number 18. Okay,
Saji, I think it's stated there. They said have only one of the 4 secretion.
Yeah, but
Those
the question is
with
why?
merit have all 4.
Yeah, but as
Merit.
a human, we all got most of them, right? Bile, phlegm, pus, and blood. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we just leave it because this one we cannot
Sayaji,
find. Yes.
sorry, I think maybe because of this Visuddhimagga is like quite an old text. So the secretion I think because they just put it for maybe during that time they don't have like enough medical knowledge about like other things. So they just put
No.
Is it?
Because when we study the 32 body
Mm.
parts, we can see this mentioned. Bile, phlegm, pus is
okay.
mentioned in other texts. Okay.
Right, but is it like
Okay.
a waste product? Like after all this, it become like a waste. That's why they
No.
call it a secretion.
No, the waste
No.
product will come to this part later.
Oh,
This part later.
okay.
The waste product we will come to this one. What is cooked and what is uncooked is the waste product is coming later. This one is talking about the nutriment mixed with all these things, mixed with some more. Okay. So
okay,
we will read some more. Okay. Now, okay, somebody read this 18. Oh, okay, Sumita, you can read. Sumita?
Yeah, okay. How as to receptacle, when it has gone inside the belly and is smeared with one of these secretions, then the receptacle it goes into is no gold dish or crystal or silver dish and so on. On the contrary, if it is swallowed by one 10 years old, it finds itself in a place like a cesspit, unwashed for 10 years. If it is swallowed by one 20 years old, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old.
Okay.
If it is swallowed by one 100 years old, it finds itself in a place like a cesspit unwashed for 100 years. This is how repulsiveness should be reviewed as to receptacle.
Okay. So how do you explain in a short way? Sumita, how you sum up yourself about this? What are you trying to say here? What do you mean that? Do you answer what this is which part of the body?
It's the receiving part, the stomach.
Okay, yeah, it's talking about stomach. All right. So what happened in the stomach? Okay. So the food go inside the stomach and then what happened?
When it is swallowed, then it's like a cesspit.
Yeah, it's talking about try to say this place is not never washed at all. The stomach is not washed at all. So actually, when we see the video on the body parts, the stomach is not a very how you say goldish or whatever. No, the stomach is like our body part look very ugly. Okay, so it's talking about stomach area, which is a
rubbish dump.
Rubbish. Then it's a cesspit. It's cesspit. Okay, which is unclean. You're trying to say things is unclean or ugly. You know.
Yeah.
When so the food we mix with the secretion and then go to this receptacle. Is the stomach area. Is this place is a container. So in a way you can use the word container. So the container is also ugly. The food is also ugly. So what is the next process now? Okay. What about this uncooked? Okay.
But the Chinese know how to overcome it.
How to overcome? All right. How to overcome what, Brother Ong?
The stomach lah.
Okay. Yeah, but the stomach physically, it look ugly. That is
Yeah,
trying to
but
say that things are
we enjoy,
ugly. Yeah.
we enjoy the stomach, pig stomach in soup, no?
Or you mean they like to cook the stomach to eat, right?
Yeah. Chinese has a way of overcoming this.
Okay. All right. Okay, next person. Okay, Puelio, can you read this one? Have you read 19? Yeah.
19. Okay. How
Okay,
as to
yeah.
what is uncooked, undigested, after this nutriment has arrived at such a place for its receptacle, then for as long as it remains uncooked, it stays in that same place just described, which is shrouded in absolute darkness, pervaded by droughts, tainted by various smells of ordure, and utterly fetid and loathsome. And just as when a cloud out of season has rained during a drought, and bits of grass and leaves and rushes, and the carcasses of snakes, dogs, and human beings that have collected in the pit at the gate of an outcast village remained there, warmed by the sun's heat, until the pit becomes covered with froth and bubbles, so too, what has been swallowed that day and yesterday and the day before remains there together, and being smothered by the layer of phlegm and covered with froth and bubbles, produced by digestion, through being fermented by the heat of the bodily fires, it becomes quite loathsome. This is how repulsiveness should be reviewed as to what is uncooked.
Okay, so from this one, what is uncooked? Which one is talking about? Do you know? Can you sum
food.
up in
Oh,
the food?
the
Okay,
food
so
that
yeah.
we take in, and then
Okay,
if
yes.
it remains undigested, it will it will like ferment. It will become
Fermented, yeah. It will
fermented,
fermented. Okay.
and then fermented, produce the froth bubbles, and then the smell. Oh yeah, something like that.
Okay. So you're just trying to say the uncooked food is also look very ugly, right? So you're talking about the food is being fermented and with smell also bad, right? And then you just trying to say the process of food it actually look ugly also, right? And then being heated, of course it must be warm, and then fermented, heated also, and then mixed with many things, yeah, many things, and with the secretion and then smell and so on. Okay, so now this talking about the food is undigested, and the next one we're talking about the food already considered as digested and what will happen later. Okay, so yeah, yeah, somebody, yes, okay.
Subang here.
Okay, yes, okay.
How as to what is cooked? When it has been completely cooked, there by the bodily fires, it does not turn into gold, silver, etc., as the organs of gold, silver, etc. do through smelting. Instead, giving off froth and bubbles, it turns into excrement and fills the receptacle for digestive food, like brown clay, squeezed with a smoothing towel and packed into a tube, and it turns into urine and fills the bladder. This is how repulsiveness should be reviewed as to what is cooked.
Okay, can you sum up in your own way about this paragraph?
Yeah. So what is in the stomach due to the fires, it is not actually like we appreciate it is gold or silver, but because of the bubbles, the froth, and then it actually turns into excrement, into shit lah.
Okay, into shit, okay.
So that's why it describes it as brown clay. Like.
Okay, so this process is talking about the process where in the abdomen, what in the intestine, right?
Yeah, it's
Intestine
like
digested already. So
digested.
the food here turned into shit, okay, and or dung lah, okay. So it will be a brown color and so on, okay. And of course it didn't say the smell, but the dung got its own smell, right? All right, okay. And then urine also turn to dung and shit, and then also plus the urine, okay. So it goes to the brown color and then urine color, yeah, urine color, color. Okay, so the whole process is telling us what happened to the food stages by stages and stages. Okay, one stage by one stage. Okay, now number 8 will be, what is the fruit? Okay, this is actually interesting. It's actually very interesting in terms of like medical knowledge. You get a lot of knowledge also about the process. Okay, 21. Amy, can you try? Amy? Yes. Amy?
Okay, I'm here,
yes.
Saji.
Yes, okay.
As to fruit, when it had been rightly cooked, it produces a various kind of odor consisting of head, hair, body hair, nails, teeth, and the rest. When wrongly cooked, it produces 100 diseases, beginning with itch, ringworm, smallpox, leprosy, plague, consumption, cough, flux, and so on. Such is its fruit. This is how repulsive should be reviewed as to fruit.
Okay, so what kind of knowledge do you get from here about the fruits? Okay, what's the meaning of this fruit? Is it the fruit that we eat?
No.
Then what is the meaning of fruit here?
Result,
right?
That should be the result, yes.
Okay, so it's talking about what kind of result it gives.
It's not a good result that people will find it to be repulsive towards.
Yeah, repulsive. It produces the head hair, body hair, and so on. All these are also repulsive, and then also diseases also, right?
Yeah, the itch and ringworms.
Okay, so this is talking about fruit and result. Okay, so it produces the other body parts, which is considered as repulsive also. Yeah, and repulsive, like head hair. So that's me. It trying to tell it's not produce the gold and silver. It's actually produce, and then, or if wrongly, it will produce the diseases also. Okay. Now outflow. Outflow, I think is interesting already. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think mình sẽ ăn already. Xin Lin Li. Yeah, Xin Lin Li. Can you read? Xin Lin Li. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This one outflow.
Okay. How as to outflow? On being swallowed, it enters by one door, after which it flows out by several doors in the way beginning. Eye dirt from the eye, ear dirt from the ear, and on being swallowed, it is swallowed even in the company of large gatherings. But on flowing out, now converted into excrement, urine, etc., it is excreted only in solitude. On the first day, one is delighted to eat it, elated and full of happiness and joy. On the second day, one stops one's nose to void it with a wry face, disgusted and dismayed. And on the first day, one swallows it lustfully, greedily, gluttonously, infatuatedly. But on the second day, after a single night has passed, one excretes it with distaste, ashamed, humiliated, and disgusted. Hence, the ancients said, the food and drink so greatly prized, the crisps to chew, the soft to suck, go in all by a single door, but by 9 doors come oozing out.
Okay, do you know how many doors we have? 9 doors. Do you know what is 9 doors? What is the 9 doors in the body, or 9 holes?
Yeah.
Eye, ear, mouth,
nostril,
eye, 2 eye, 2 ear,
2 ears,
okay.
nostril.
Okay, so how many doors? Okay, so we talking about outflow, in by 1 door, okay, out by 9 door, okay. So what is 9 doors? 2 eye, and then 2 ear, 1 nose, okay. What else? And then one mouth, okay. And then the urine and feces, okay. So down there we have we have 2 below the body, so 2 down, okay. So 2 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another one. What is another one?
Nostril 2 ma.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nostril 2, all right? Okay. Nostril. Okay, so in by one door, which is the mouth. So which we eat. We try to say we eat happily, enjoy with people, you know, and then enjoy with people. But when you out by 9 doors, so you cannot enjoy. So what happened when you out at the time? So you have to do it in seclusion, in quiet place. Quiet place now. You cannot enjoy it anymore. So that's the meaning trying to say. When we eat the food, we eat the happily. Okay, by one door. But when we out by 9 doors, and all the dirts, okay, all the ear, nose, all the dirts coming out, ear dirt and eye dirt and so on, and then you cannot even enjoy with people. Okay, so you have to go for solitude, excluded in a solitude. All right. So that's the outflow, right? Okay, clear. Now, okay, now next one. Okay, this is a long one, but it's good to read. So somebody read, yeah. All right. I think okay. Doris Chi, you read again. Doris Chi. Okay. Yes, Doris Chi. Yeah.
How as to smearing? At the time of using it, he smears his hands, lips, tongue, and palate, and they become repulsive by being smeared with it. And even when washed, they have to be washed again and again in order to remove the smell. And just as when rice is being boiled, the husks, the red powder covering the grain, etc., rise up and smear the mouth, rim, and lid of the cauldron, so too, when eaten, it rises up during its cooking and simmering by the bodily fire that pervades the whole body. It turns into tartar. It smears the teeth, and it turns into spittle, phlegm, etc., which respectively smear the tongue, palate, etc. It turns into eye dirt, ear dirt, snot, urine, excrement, etc., which respectively smeared the eyes, ears, nose, and nether passages. Even these doors are smeared by it. They never become either clean or pleasing, even though washed every day. And after one has washed a certain one of these, the hand has to be washed again. And after one has washed a certain one of these, the repulsiveness does not depart from it, even after 2 or 3 washings with cow dung and clay and scented powder. This is how repulsiveness should be revealed as to smearing.
Okay, so what do you understand?
That means whatever we eat, the remnants are stuck with us in the skin, at the teeth, and all parts of our body. So it's very repulsive.
Okay,
Even
so after you eat, you have to wash your hand. Before eating, if you touch the food, you also need to wash your hand. You notice that it's really true, no? After you get the food, you need to wash it. After that, sometimes you got smell, you need to wash it again. All right.
Yeah.
So after eating, you need to wash it. Before eating, you also need to wash it. So we, especially during the COVID time, do you notice that we have to wash the hand a lot of time?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So it's talking about this one. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sayaji.
Okay, anyway, talking about at the time of using, actually you can say smearing at the time of using. So it means that at the time of you're eating the food, in a way, eating the food. So you have to wash the hand. And beside hand, you have to wash the mouth. You have to wash everything again, right? And after that, so when it turns to the spittle phlegm, means that any product, okay, even the product, okay, we are talking about product of nutriment, like just now the result of the nutriment, like the eye dirt and so on. You even also have to wash your hand again. So this means that we have to clean the result of the nutriment, or even when we eat the nutriment. So every time we have to do lots of job because of it. Okay, non-stop. All right. So then conclusion, okay, 25. As he reviews repulsiveness in this way, intent aspect, and strikes at it with thoughts. This means that he has to think about it with the applied thought, means that the vitaka, initial thoughts, means that think about it again, intent aspect, like just now. So physical nutriment becomes evident to him in its repulsive aspect. He cultivates that sign again. So you have to think about what is this sign, all right? So here is the sign is talking about called physical nutriment, right? And develops, repeatedly practices it. As he does so, the hindrances are suppressed. His mind is concentrated in access, only can get access concentration, not jhana. But without reaching absorption, without reaching the jhana, because of profundity of physical nutriment, he has to think about it, so he cannot get jhana as a state of individual essence. But the perception evidence here in the apprehension means taking the repulsive aspect. So he can get the perception because he take the repulsive nature of the food. And that is, which is why the meditation subject goes by the name perception of repulsive or nutriment. Okay. So here talking about the result and so on. Okay. I think this is interesting to read this one. Okay. You talk about, these are some interesting paragraph here. So actually Visuddhimagga, it can get lots of essence because it get lots of important paragraph from the other paragraph. So Melinda, you can read, yeah, this one. 26. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. When a bhikkhu devotes himself to this perception of repulsiveness in nutriment, his mind retreats, detracts, and recoils from craving for flavors. He nourishes himself with nutriment without vanity and only for the purpose of crossing over suffering. As one who seeks to cross over the desert eats his own dead child's flesh, then his greed for the 5 chords of sense desire comes to be fully understood without difficulty by means of the full understanding of the physical nutriment. He fully understands the materiality aggregates by means of the full understanding of the 5 chords of sense desire. Development of mindfulness occupied with the body comes to perfection in him through the repulsiveness of what is unquote and the rest. He has entered upon a way that is in conformity with the perception of foulness, and by keeping to this way, even if he does not experience the deathless goal in this life, he is at least bound for a happy destiny. This is the detail.
Yeah, okay. This one has one simile here. As one who seek to cross over the desert eats his own dead child's flesh. It's I think should be in Samyutta. So this simile actually very rare in Buddhism because it's very strong words. I would say very strong word. So when you read this, it sounds very horrible. But anybody want to give? Do you understand about this? We call it this simile. Anybody? Like I should ask Brother Ong. Brother Ong, yeah, the expert here. Can you tell me?
This one, I think, is about the crossing over desert. Then they ran out of water, ran out of food. Then they decided on eating the sun's flesh in order to survive. Just to survive.
Okay. So at that time, do they have craving or no?
No craving.
Yes. That's the key point. It's a very extreme condition, so they had no food. So finally, because the child already passed away, so myself use the child body, eat it to survive. But at that time when they eat it, there's definitely no craving. So that's why this is trying to say he should nourish himself with nutriment without vanity, without pride or without craving also, and only for the purpose of crossing over suffering. He just eat it because they need to eat it, but not with craving. Okay, so this paragraph has very interesting paragraph. So it's talking about, okay, this is number 26. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one, okay, I already copy here. So first one here, this one we call it, normally if you have food, okay, normally if you have food, what is this one? Normally if you have nutriment of food, you will develop to, we call it the rasa tanha, okay, craving for flavor or craving for taste is like above. So you should try to do this perception in the nutriment. So you should get rid of this craving for flavor, this one. Craving for food, because we have a sixth sense though. This is one of the craving at the tongue area. So he should do it without vanity or without craving, just for the purpose of cross over the suffering, just like this simile. This simile is very strong word, but it's actually very good to understand the Dhamma.
That means, Sagi, that means overcome
Yes.
hunger.
Yeah, they just want to overcome the hunger, because the thing is, the child already passed away, because they travel on the desert. It's so hot. The child already passed away. It's not that they kill. It's not that they kill the child, but the child already passed away. So that's why they decided to eat the child, their own child's flesh. All right. Okay. Then what else? Okay. So beside this, he also understands his own greed. Okay. He also understands the materiality aggregate, one of the 5 aggregates. And he also developed the mindfulness occupied with the body. All right. This is one of the meditation. Okay. So if he practice well, if he doesn't gain enlightenment, but at least he go to a happy place. Okay. So that's why we say this, we may be advantage of this perception on the nutriment or loathesomeness of nutriment. Food, okay. First one is reduce or stop craving for taste. All right. Okay, craving taste is one of the 6 sense.
Six sense door, six sense
Six sense basis of door, yeah. All right. So this is the which door? Tongue. Okay. Tongue base.
Tongue base.
So this means that be mindful at the tongue base. So what you can put, all right. Mindfulness at the tongue base. All right. And also you can get happy destiny. All right. And then you build the mindfulness of the body. Okay. So this one, so you all should remember this one. So there's a lot of simile in the Buddhism. So if you read this one, you might get frightened. But the child already passed away. Okay, so yes, now we can open for discussion based on this one. So let's see if there are any more tastes. Yeah, I think this is enough. Yeah. So we can go back to the topic earlier on. So ahara, food or nutriment. This one is a locative case, no? Locative singular. Ahare. Okay? Locative singular. So particular, loathsome, disagreeable, it means that something that this is objectionable. Perception. The main thing is perception, right? Of course, we need the food to survive. Okay, we cannot say that we don't want to eat. So that's why it's not asking you to do the total fasting, all right? Because if a meditator don't have enough food, they don't have enough energy. And also, if you do not have suitable food, then your craving will increase also. But you need to contemplate to have the perception on the nature of the food. Like first, you must go from a pleasant place, you go to a dirty place, and you step on the dirty place with your feet, and then you have to suffer from bad smell. All right. This one is because they are talking about ascetic or the monk at that time. All right. Now it's same like if you are in meditation center and then you are meditation very well, but you just have to leave your pleasant place to seek for the food. And when you seek for food, they are going like beggars holding the alms bowl, and some give the good food, some give old food, step on the dirty place. And then when you handle the food and then the process of this, how as a meditator you can notice like how you chewing, swelling, and then your food, your hand is grasping the food, and then when you're stretching the food and you put in your mouth and you chewing, you should know all this process as a vipassana. How even like your hand, okay, your hand stretching to reach the food. Okay, so you also should know it as a mindfulness of all the bodily movement. Then it mixed with the secretion, the something, and then when it goes to stomach is not a clean area. Okay, it's a dirty place. We mix with many things, and then when it's uncooked, the food become very fermented. When it's cooked, it produces the dung and urine. It's not pleasant smell, and the result is produce the other body parts and diseases and so on. Outflow, in by one mouth, you eat happily with people. Out by 9 doors, you have to do your business in quiet place. And then when you touch it in eating, whatever, you have to wash your hand, and whatever it come out from the nutriment or the either and so on, you have to wash it. All right. And when we come to conclusion, all right, so you only can reach the SS concentration already. Okay, that's the main thing. Remember, this cannot give you any jhana, only SS. SS means that before jhana. Absorption apana. If you learn Abhidhamma, you will know this one is talking about jhana. So SS is before the jhana. Okay, an advantage is you can reduce your craving for taste, and then mindfulness at tongue base, and happy destiny after you pass away. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Now questions. Now we can open for discussion now.
Saji, will you hear? Oh,
Yes.
Saji, I just want to ask. Okay, the Buddha says middle path, but Majjhima Patipada.
Okay.
And what's the one thing? The one thing is food. We need food
Okay, right.
for nutriment.
Yes.
But why Buddha go to such an extreme to say about all the processes? I understand what he's trying to get at, but we can just say that if we just eat and we eat in moderation, because if we eat too much also, our stomach will not feel well. But to think of this repulsiveness to such an extreme.
Yes. Even you eat in moderation, the craving is there. Right? Right or not? If you don't eat, you don't have enough energy. But even if you eat in moderation, the subtle craving is always there. So the Buddha is trying to tell us that even the subtle craving, you should try to stop it or reduce it. Okay? So that's mean that in the process of eating, looking for food, seeking the food, and then you notice the whole process is burdensome, or we can use the word burdensome or very troublesome. And if you consider the life of Dewa, they don't need to look for all this physical food. Okay, so of course somebody might have craving towards the Dewa life. What we are trying to say, at any stage you try to reduce your craving. Of course, it's not easy to totally eradicate the craving for food. But that's why I say, why people go for certain meditation center? Because of good food, right? Imagine you go to a meditation center, there's no good food at all. The mind will also complain, right or not? Okay. So even the Majjhima Patipata, you also need to be aware of the craving. Very subtle, I would say very subtle craving towards the food. Yes. Next question.
Yeah, Saji. In this contemplation, if you were to go through the whole process, it's like
Subang.
yes, finally you might even be so disgusted with food,
yes,
and go to the other extreme.
Sometimes it's very difficult to reject food because people come, they want to offer the food, and if we don't accept the food, they are not happy with us, right? So that's how you say, like us monks and nuns, our stomach is we offer to people for them to put in the things. Okay. Yes, you can do some fasting, but not too long. Yeah. Okay, next question. Next question. All right. If no question, we were going to stop soon. Yeah. Okay, next week we go for 4 great elements. 4 great elements can be practiced as a samatha and also can be done as a vipassana. Okay. Last question. Okay, if no question, maybe somebody can lead us in the share.